Morning, Pastor Steve here. Uh, Hebrews 11, verse 28, speaking of Moses again, by faith he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he who destroyed the firstborn should touch them. Many people balk at God's plan of salvation because it's so simple. We as Americans, of course, I guess many people in the world feel like we need to work it out, work for our eternal reward. And a whole lot of religions are built on this. Do. But God's plan is by grace through faith, period. Think about it. We know the other end of this story, but these Israelis were asked to believe a very strange thing. Well, we do too if you're honest. We believe a dead man got up out of the grave. We base our hopes on that. Oh, I believe it. They had no history of this, and so when Moses, who they didn't exactly, by the way, hold in high esteem, if you recall, said, "Okay, kill a lamb and spread the blood over the door of your house, and the death angel will pass over you," instead of stopping and killing your firstborn. By golly, they did it. Those who did it, by the way, the Egyptians, I believe, could have gotten into this if they'd wanted to, but those who did were spared the visit by the death angel. We too come to God by trusting what he said. We too trust in the blood of a slain lamb. I thought that on the first Passover, God killed the firstborn of his enemies to save his children. But in the last Passover in Christ, God killed his own firstborn to save his enemies. The scriptures bear this out. For those who live, Romans 8, 5 through 7, those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the things of the flesh. Those who live according to the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. To be carnally minded or fleshly minded is death. To be spiritually minded is life and peace, because the carnal man is an enemy of God, for it is not subject to the law of God, or can be. But Ephesians 2:4 says this, "But God, being rich in mercy, because of the great love with which he loved us, even when we were dead in our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved." Romans 5, 6 through 8, "When we were still without strength, in due time Christ died for the ungodly. Scarcely for a righteous man will someone die, but maybe for a good man someone would even dare to die. But God showed his love toward us. Showed his love toward us, and that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us." What a great thing for those who will receive it. Many who think they can make it on their own will reject the simple good news. Do you trust Jesus and his sacrifice for your eternal destiny? Nothing else. You ponder that.